So that's why they call you a white supremacist.
That is why they say that.
Because you feel like by changing the entire demographic makeup of a country, it's going to completely change the country. The same way if in Poland they switched it out with Nigerians, it would be a completely different country.
Exactly, yeah. How do you feel? Well, I don't want to get you in trouble, but I mean,
You've been supporting her all this time and you know who you are. You've been supporting it, sharing it, liking it. Ooh, I agree with her. She's a knockoff of Jason and other things. But, white mommy is here. If she says it, then it must be right. Oh, you don't get to breathe. Damn, Jason, how many clips you got to load and reload?
So guys, you heard that. That was just Pearly Things with Nick Fuentes, the so-called white supremacist, talking about immigrants, work ethic, black people, white people in America, and so on and so forth. So apparently, Just Pearly Things has been exposed by Jason as a racist, and she has grown her YouTube channel and subscribers to 1 million plus in such a short time. And I'm gonna be honest, be honest and say I'm a fan because of her work ethic, the way she has worked hard to grow her YouTube channel. And as a YouTuber, I'm more inspired than even being jealous. But now apparently she's been working with so many black YouTubers. If you have watched one of her podcasts, she usually brings on black women mostly, and I think she appeals to so many black men because she checks the black women on their dating preferences, calls them out on their modern women dating standards and so on and so forth. Stands up for men. In fact, she has so many women in her comments who attack her. Even online, on video, even on some of her podcasts, some women have literally attacked her, right? So she has, black men have been supporting her, but I guess she's being exposed as a racist, So as an African myself, I decided I should review this because she says she loves herself some Africans, immigrants, because we are hardworking compared to African Americans. So, is she racist? We're gonna find out. But if you want to watch the full stream, the full video, I'm gonna link the link down below in the comments. Jason's the business YouTube channel, he did the job of dissecting the whole interview with Nick Fuentes, right? So go watch the full stream if you want to watch the full thing, how he dissected everything. But now Jason is saying, for those of you black men who are supporting Just Pearly Things and call her the darling, the manosphere, are you still going to support her after this? I'm going to review the clips. Let's watch the clips and then I'll be back and give my commentary on what I think. Let's go.
So why is that?
Why does he support that?
No, why are you against him pro? Because in my head, see, I hire people from Africa, right?
Right.
Shout out Blessing.
Yeah.
And I just see the work ethic of people that are not from America, and they often work harder than the people that are from America. So in my head, it's wouldn't it help us economically if we had more, if they had a certain mindset in order to come here?
There is a lot of truth to that. Mm-hmm. And I'll agree with you there. Particularly Hispanics in America, very hard. The Africans too. I mean, because
Nigerian Americans I'm pretty sure they out earn white Americans.
They do. Their median income, this is old statistics,
Indian,
but it's $80,000 a year.
Yeah.
They're, Iranians, all those immigrant groups, they're very productive.
And it would make my job easier too. Because I'm thinking of me, so I'm a woman, a selfish perspective.
Yes.
If immigration would be easier, it'd be easier to get some of my employees from England to the US.
Yeah. Yeah. And, and there's economic arguments, and we could go there for a minute. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the Negroes that she likes. She likes black servants. She likes black servants. She can't even be coy about it in the presence of another white person. She starts letting the real thing come out. She starts getting very, very honest and open about it. Damn, Jason's hurting your damn feelings. What happened to her pretending to be so dumb? Remember at the beginning, she was talking like she was so dumb. Remember? You've been supporting her all this time and you know who you are. You've been supporting it, sharing it, liking it. Ooh, I agree with her. She's a knockoff of Jason and other things. But, white mommy is here. If she says it, then it must be right. Oh, you don't get to breathe. Damn, Jason, how many clips you got to load and reload? Let me tell you, we can refight the Gulf War with what I got ready for you here. We're going to skip forward a little bit more because I want Fuentes to set up this next part. I want Nick Fuentes here to set up the next thing you're going to hear.
Man, Jason was going in on just Pearly things. God dang. He wasn't letting her breathe. So, as an African, how do I feel about this? So, she says she prefers African immigrants because we are more hardworking than African Americans or Americans in general. Now, how do I feel about that? As a hardworking African immigrant, I'm going to say I agree. But the only reason I agree because I'm hardworking myself. But that doesn't mean African Americans are not hardworking. In both societies, and I mean, she hasn't really been to Africa really, but in all societies, the people who are hardworking and people who are non-hardworking, even in Africa. Not every African immigrant who comes to the United States is hardworking. Some people get complacent, get comfortable, and they don't want to grow any further in life, or they are not as ambitious. So I think someone being hardworking depends on how they are brought up, how comfortable they are, and their goals and what motivates them. So the only part I agree is I'm hardworking. So if she was talking about me, I guess I'm hardworking. But to say that African immigrants are more hardworking than African Americans or Americans in general is not really true. It just depends on the person. All right. So obviously, as immigrants, when we come here, we want to work harder, and because we're kind of like starting from zero. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I think I've met so many Americans who are hardworking, who have inspired me to do the same. In fact, just Pearly herself inspires me because of how hardworking she has been with her YouTube channel. So, I mean, she's American, she's not an immigrant. So there you go. So it just goes to show you that maybe because of her limited, maybe bias, there's some small bias. So for that part, I wouldn't completely call it racist, but I would say maybe she's a little bit biased. Maybe she has had more success in her business working with African immigrants than Americans, and that's okay. Some people don't work together so well. So I guess I wouldn't say call it racist, but I would call it biased. And as human beings, we all have biases. All right, but let's watch the next clip and see what she says.
I want Nick Fuentes here to set up the next thing you're going to hear.
Specific kind of country. When you bring in people that are not white, number one, by the next century, America is going to be 10, 20% white. It's going to be a fundamentally different country because people are not interchangeable. And it's not to say that we don't like them. It's not to say that they're inferior. It's not to say anything about them. But you can't take America that...
Keep that in mind now. Well, it's not to say that they're inferior or anything like that. Keep that in mind and watch what she says next in reaction.
It's 90% white in 1965, and it's going to be 80% non-white in 2100, and say that's the same place.
So that's why they call you a white supremacist.
That is why they say that.
Because you feel like by changing the entire demographic makeup of a country, it's going to completely change the country. The same way if in Poland they switched it out with Nigerians, it would be a completely different country.
Exactly, yeah. How do you feel? Well, I don't want to get you in trouble, but I mean, did you think that makes me a white supremacist to say that?
No, that kind of makes sense, like what you're saying.
Well, do you now remember what I've always taught you all? If you want to know what black people think, let a white person ask. Well, you know what? If you want to know what a white woman thinks, let a white male ask. And you heard what he just said. Well, yeah. Do you think I'm a white supremacist? Well, no, actually, I kind of understand why you're saying that, Mr. Alt-Right Charlottesville. Now, understand, this next part here is rather crucial because once she starts going, she ain't gonna stop. All you just Pearly things, Sycophants and zombies? Oh, I'm turning all your sacred cows into hamburger today.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie, Nick Fuentes set Just Pearly things up. Now, whether he set her up to expose her for who she really is, or she fell into his racist trap and she didn't see it, but he did really set it up. So what happened? Nick Fuentes is like, listen, in 80 years, America is gonna be a country with less white people than today. And Just Pearly things went on to use the example of Nigeria and Poland. Now, even if I get it, she was trying to use it as an example. She did agree with Nick Fuentes, and that doesn't look good for Just Pearly, man. I'm gonna be honest, like I said, I like her show, I like her YouTube channel, I like the grind, I like how far she has come, but I don't know. Now, do I even think this is going to matter in the long term? I don't think this is gonna affect her in any way. The reason I'm saying it's not gonna affect her in any way is because she has more than 1.2 million subscribers right now. So even if she lost 200,000 subscribers, she will still have 1 million subscribers. That's one. Two, is because I personally hadn't even watched this interview prior to Jason doing it. So that means even if 100,000 people from Jason watch the channel, it doesn't mean 100,000 people are going to start turning on Just Pearly things. But I must say, this segment of that interview didn't go well. It doesn't look good for Pearl. Pearl, if you ever watch this, I admire your hard work, but I think Nick Fuentes set you up and it doesn't look good. The best thing I would say is I would rather she apologizes. She should really apologize like ASAP, because if women already have an issue with her and her show is really good because she invites mostly non-black women, if they catch on to this and then they start not wanting to go to her podcast, that won't be good for her. So the best thing she can do right now is apologize ASAP, but also, do I think Pearl is a racist? That's a very hard question. But watching this video, this clip, anyone could say she's racist, but I'm gonna give her benefit of a doubt. Now, I know some of you will say I'm giving her benefit of a doubt because I'm African, but the reason I'm giving her benefit of a doubt is because people make mistakes. All right, people may say or look at situations in a different way until they get more information. All right, so if she apologizes, then I'll believe she's not a racist. If she doesn't care to apologize, then maybe I'll believe she's a racist. But you guys let me know what you think. Comment down below. Are you guys still going to support Pearl? Do you guys believe she's a racist? Do you guys believe she's just been hiding it all along? And this is her true nature. This is who she really is. What do you guys think? Comment down below, and don't forget to go subscribe to my man Jason the Business YouTube channel. Link down below. Till next time, peace.